Do you believe you can smoke too much weed to be safe to drive?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, good. Because I fucking hate people who tell me that.
Yeah,
Whatever, weed makes me a better driver. I don't always doubt that. I do think there's people that weed probably does make them a better driver. I prefer to not be fucking stoned when I'm driving because I feel like it makes me less attentive.
I feel like there's a middle ground for me where it actually is beneficial to smoke. Like, I do feel like I'm more alert and more in tune with
open road for me. Like, we're going to Chicago, we're going to Omaha, Minneapolis, something like that.
Yeah.
Once we hit the open road, and I drink the whole time, though, that I drive on those two. But it's very chill. Like, I think I told you about this before. Me and my buddy went to Chicago, and we grabbed a 6-pack of beer. And we were drinking beer the entire time. Like, we were drinking the entire 6-hour drive. There were still 2 or 3 beers left when we got there. So, I drank 2, he drank 1. But I was still drinking the whole time. So I drank that slowly. It took me like 5.5 hours to drink 2 beers. You're fine. If you're drinking 2 beers in 5.5 hours and you're drunk, because, like, think about it. Like, it's definitely not smart. But it's like, if I did get pulled over, open container is the worst I'm looking at. Because there's no way that in that time frame that those 2 beers are going to put me over the legal limit to drive. So there is a solid chance if I get pulled over by a state trooper, I'm like, yes, I was drinking. Sorry, listen, be straight up with you. I get nervous when I drive. I'll do all your sobriety tests. So I do my field sobriety. I pass it. I'm telling you, and like, bro, we've been in some situations where we've just been honest with cops, and they've been like, all right, give it to me. I'm going to let you guys go. Nothing feels better than when a cop's like, you have weed on you? And you're just like, fuck, I'm going to tell him. And you're just like, yes, sir, I have weed on me. And then he's like, let me see it. Dumps it out, stomps it in the ground, sends you on your way. You get back in the car like, holy fuck, dude. I just wasted my money on a quarter, but holy fuck, dude. He just let me go. You know what I mean? You're like, yes, bro, let's go. But I feel like I can get out of it.
I got to swing back. Yeah. Call your guy.
I just feel like there's a very solid chance that I wouldn't go to jail. I really think that I'm a good enough talker. And the fact that I grew up around people who used to be in law enforcement, I think gives me an up too. Growing up in Southeast Iowa, you know what I'm saying? You can kind of fucking get in with people. I can relate
to that, yeah.
And just be like, hey, man, this is what I was doing. I apologize. I'll do all these tests. I'm sure I'm going to pass this breathalyzer. And just, you know, be respectful. Be cordial. You don't have to fucking be like, hey, this is my best friend. Let's be buddies. But just be cordial and be professional. And I think that there's a very good chance that on that drive, I wouldn't have gone to jail anyway. So
yeah, I think something that people who don't have family members that are involved in law don't understand is like the biggest thing that these people hate more than anything is bullshit. Is like people lying to you.
They take it as an insult. You think I'm fucking stupid?
Yeah, exactly. Like I've had my, like, not even like with anything related to cop stuff. Like I've just had talks with my uncle where he's just like, don't fucking lie to me. That shit pisses me off. I know when people are lying to me. Yeah. And I'm like, all right, dude, I'm not gonna
I mean, trust me, in the right situation. In the right situation, I'd definitely lie.
So my point is like, if you don't give them bullshit a lot of times though, like, because they have so much fucking shit to do that they're just like, you got some weed, you got a joint, you got a bag, whatever, dude.
My thing's like, if I get pulled over and I have weed in the car and I know it smells like weed in the car, what am I gonna do? He's gonna be like, so you got any weed in the vehicle today? I'm gonna be like, no. Come on, dummy. It smells like weed in here. You know it. He knows it. Everybody knows it. So like, I feel like it's 9 times out of 10 more beneficial to just be like, yeah, I have weed in here.
You know what? That is kind of like a white pill thinking in terms of like the, you know, when you look at like just cannabis.
I've had more than white friends do that shit and then get away with it.
No. I'm talking about like the white pill. It's like the term.
White pill,
like red pill, blue pill, but like
what's white? The white? Yeah.
So white pill is like the extension of the red pill. So you know what the red pill, blue pill thing is, right? Like
I don't remember which one is which.
So the red pill is like the one where it's like you go down the rabbit hole, you find it's from the Matrix. Like you go down the rabbit hole, you find out what is really going on in society. It's the red pill community is like it's a lot of right wing type of people who are like very looking at the establishment, kind of tag along with a lot of like the Epstein stuff. I mean, that's not what they're known for, but it definitely would probably that community would probably fall in that into that for sure. But anyways, there's like the aspect of that, and then there's the black pill and white pill version of that. The white pill is like, I have a book actually called The White Pill, which is about the Soviet Union, that kind of makes this argument that like, there are like a lot of positive benefits to like this kind of totalitarian state like crumbling and falling down. Like there's a lot of positives to that. And then there's like the black pill side of that, which is like, oh, the fact that this is all crumbling is like awful. Society's gonna go to shit, all that. But anyway, so my point is like this is going really deep, but my point like with the the state of cannabis is like the fact that it's illegal, it's an illegal drug, and law enforcement is looking the other way a lot of times and just saying hey, it's not really worth my time. Like the fact that like society as a whole, despite the legal status, is just kind of all decided hey, weed isn't the biggest deal. I think that's very positive. I think it's a very positive outlook on society when you kind of like, okay, like it's similar to the Soviet Union. Toward the end of the Soviet Union, there would they had the monitor, the people that would work for the government, the USSR or the Soviet Union, whatever, who would monitor phone calls. And toward the end, they were like people who openly on the airwaves were like giving out codes and like saying like, things that the government was, had flagged as like being like, okay, we're going to go like send the KGB and fuck these people up. But people just stopped caring because there was so much of it and they were so dissatisfied with the state and with the government and how things were going that they just didn't care. They were just like, whatever. And I think these small
that's
things,
where they do them right here though. Because when it came to like USSR, it was really like, even those people probably just weren't living that well, like economically and things. The people taking those messages in.
Well, people aren't living well now.
There's plenty of people in the USSR, well, in Russia, my bad, that are living well.
No, sorry, I'm talking about here in America.
Oh, well, there's people living bad and people living good everywhere. But my point is, in the USSR, the people that were like taking in those messages and supposed to be reporting them, they likely fell into that state because they still weren't. That's where like people who work for the IRS, I bet they get paid well.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, if you work,
they live a good life. So they look and they're like, well, I'm doing just fine. You're not working hard enough. And it's like, no, you're the government's little bitch boy. So the government's giving you extra, making sure you live good so you do your job so they can get more money. Like they're making so much money that you're still making dimes to dollars.